Hi, this is Annie. I'm going to just give you a demonstration on how to use the Chatsford teapot. And before I actually brew us a pot of tea, I'm going to show you how this teapot works. I love this Chatsford teapot. I used to make tea in a tea ball and all kinds of different things, but this is the system that I use every time that I make tea. And I must make about, maybe 4 or 5 pots of tea a day. This Chatsford system is composed of a teapot with a lid, as well as this Chatsford strainer. This is a nylon mesh with a plastic outer rim. Look at the way this teapot is designed, where it's got this little notch here so that this will fit here very, very, very perfectly. And there's a little hole in the plastic so that you could actually fit the lid right in there. These are Chatsford teapots. They are designed so that it's easy to brew loose tea. Start brewing a pot of tea. Now, one of the things that I do is I use an electric kettle. I use an electric kettle because the water just boils. When it's done, it just turns itself off, and I don't have to sit and babysit the stove. Now, I've started this water, but what I usually do is I warm up my pot. So I just sort of stop this boiling process for a bit, and I pour some of this hot, it's not boiling yet, hot water into this pot so that I can warm up my teapot. I'm going to put this kettle back on because it's going to start boiling. I swish this water around just a bit because I don't want to put boiling water into a cold pot. I could crack my pot. And I'm just going to discard this water, and I'm going to go and put the filter right back in. Now I'm going to measure my tea. I use a spoon. My spoon happens to say tea, but what I like about it is that this spoon is dedicated for measuring tea, and I'm consistently using the same amount of tea every time. I just stick this spoon in and I measure out 1 scoop of tea, and I wait till that water boils and I'm going to pour it in. For a tea like this, which is summer pudding, you can use 1 to 2 spoons of tea for this entire size teapot. If you're brewing a stronger tea like a Russian Caravan or English breakfast, you might use, I think they say, 3 to 4 teaspoons for, again, the same size teapot. For me, I don't like my tea too strong, so I usually use just 1 spoon. Look at this water. It's just about to boil. It's going to turn off by itself, and when it does, it tells me that it's time to pour that water in. Oops, there it is. I heard it click. And as soon as it's boiled, I pour this boiling water into this teapot, right up to the rim. Okay. Now, I'm going to do a couple things here. I put the lid on. I set my timer. I always use a timer when I'm making tea. I set it for 4 minutes, and what I like about using this particular type of a timer is that it'll beep for a whole nother minute. So if I'm in another part of the house, I'll hear it beep, and it gives me that extra minute to get back into the kitchen to remove the leaves. Hey, what's that noise? You know, that's the beeper going off, so it's telling me that 4 minutes is up, and that's how long I usually time my tea. So I'm going to remove the lid here and watch as I stir my tea. This is how I stir my tea. I just raise this up and down, kind of stirs it up, and then I'm going to lift that. And I want to just point out to you, look at how those tea leaves have expanded. And that's what they'll do, and they have the room to unfurl when they're in a filter like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this lid on, and I'm going to go ahead and pour myself a fine cup of summer pudding. Now, what I like about using the Chatsford teapot is, since I've removed the leaves, this tea will not get bitter because I've removed the leaves. And I usually will put a tea cozy right on top just to keep that tea hot. But what's nice about it is this first mug or cup that you have of summer pudding is going to be the same as the last cup, and you will love it. Thank you.